Hi, this is Mark from marksefton.com. Great to have you join me for this video that I'm going to be doing today. It's going to be around 6 ways to deal with conflict. Now, conflict is something that we all try to ignore and we all try to avoid, but actually it's detrimental to our business and to our own personal growth. Sadly, conflict is very much a part of life and we must deal with it. And I've got 6 ways in which you can deal with it effectively and reduce some of the hassle and some of the pain. So while there is some short-term pain, because it's always difficult facing situations head-on, it's paramount that we deal with them, otherwise it'll fester and manifest in bigger problems. So my first real point really is to meet as soon as possible. So meet privately as soon as possible. Do not cover issues with an individual or individuals in a public setting. Do it in a way which you take them out of their environment, where you can not embarrass them or use it as a tool to kind of belittle or show your power as a leader or boss. That is definitely not the right way to go about things. So make sure that you address the problem as quickly as possible, but in a private setting. That's the first real piece of advice, really. When dealing with conflict. The second is to assume good motives. So always expect the best of people. You know, sometimes we can have the picture, we can have half a picture, we can have 2/3 of a picture, but we sometimes don't always have the whole picture, and it's really important that we allow people to express their viewpoints. So always assume the best in a situation and the best in a person. Third point is to offer specific observations and how those observations have impacted. So don't be woolly about the points that you want to raise. Have specific examples of when this individual has caused an issue through their behaviour or their action, and how that action or behaviour impacts on others. Make them understand really that their behaviour needs to be corrected, that it's not just about discipline, because discipline in its true form is about correcting an attitude or behaviour which needs correcting. Discipline isn't used to punish and to bully, it's very much to correct, encourage and grow an individual. The fourth point really is to hear them out. So make sure that you're giving them the time and the environment and the opportunity to really share what's on their heart, why they've been behaving the way they have, why they acted the way they did. Allow them the opportunity without kind of preconceived judgments or assumptions. Make sure that you're getting the clear picture and understanding their viewpoint. The fifth point really is to agree a course of action. So what are you going to do going forward, and how are you going to measure the different courses of action that you're going to agree on? That once the meeting is said and done, what's the sort of behaviour and the actions that you want them to be articulating and expressing, so it's both agreeable, so you both got an understanding of what is expected of the other. And the sixth point is to really validate the person, because if it is an attitude thing, then sometimes that it takes more delicate leadership and development and patience and performance management to be able to correct that. If it's a behaviour, or maybe it's something like an operational standard, then it's a bit more easier to be able to give them guidance and show them improvement step by step. But make sure that you validate that person, so they leave that room and that meeting, with a clear objective of what your expectations are, but also the fact that you really appreciate them, and that you want them to succeed, and it's not about punishing them, but it is about correcting a behaviour or action. So that's six ways to deal with conflict.